What's up, traders? Stan Gluzman here with 7 Points Capital, bringing to you today's trader takeaways. So let's take a look at SPY today. We have a bit of a double top. It more or less broke out by a little bit, maybe a point or so, and then pullback day today. Pretty healthy pullback, so not too much, but we have a pretty wide range today. Very strong momentum on the downside. Never really made any higher lows, just very strong. So the SPY traders were very happy today. This morning I was looking at some of the stocks that were in play, like DPW. I've been trading DPW pretty much every day, but today it died out pretty fast. So I only had, I think, two trades in this stock. The first trade was by this breakout. I mostly traded on the long side. We've been having trouble finding borrow past few days, so I'm just kind of looking for, you know, quick ways to scalp it on the long side. So this breakout of the VWAP was pretty decent. I was buying fours, fives, and sixes, and was selling into the high 20s and 30s. And then I actually rebought it again um, right here for this next breakout for the move for the red to green move, and that failed, and I got out, took a small loss. But overall, this was a pretty good trade in the morning. My biggest trade was actually in the first candle in CRTO. I was watching it, it gapped down pretty significantly, and I knew there's going to be pretty decent range and pretty decent volume, so I actually shorted it right at the open, risking above VWAP, so risking about maybe half a point, maybe 30-40 cents or so. And I only got maybe 1,000 shares, but that was a quick 2 point scalp, so that was a pretty decent trade right out of the gate. um, PIR was a scalp for us. It was also restricted, gapped down a lot, so we like to scalp these stocks. So shorting in here in this big triangle. um, So VWAP projection, this is the setup that I trade every single morning. Find stocks that are rejecting the VWAP and then get short, risking above the VWAP or above previous high, and wait for the washout and cover into the washout. And from there, if a downtrend forms, you short pops and cover into washes. Short pops, cover into washes until the trend breaks, which it did right here. So actually made a quite significant amount of money here, and then kind of left it alone, and gave back a lot in this chop fest later in the day, unfortunately. But another good stock that I traded was LITE. This is actually my best stock, or maybe second best stock of the day. This is a nickel stock, so 5 cent spread. And the quote was pretty honest. The big trade came right here. I was accumulating shares on the short side. The offer was pretty thick, and it was pretty hard to sell. I was selling at the mids for like 20 minutes or so and got a couple thousand shares. And then first washout came. I think I covered like 15s, half the position, and then a little bit here in the 20s, and then reshorted once it popped back up. And then the second wash came, and I think I covered everything at $50, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, dropped another 30 cents, but hey, if you catch the meat of the move, you're all right. And as long as the risk reward makes sense, and this was a great risk reward, risking about 5 to 10 cents to make like 50 cents or 30 cents or whatever. So this was a pretty good risk reward. The big loss today, I took a pretty big hit. Not a big hit, but it sucks when you lose at the end of the day, which happened today. Was in LC. So if you look at yesterday's close, a big buyer came in, and the stock ripped up like 10 cents from 385 to over $4. And I actually got long yesterday, right at the close at 385 and 386, and I was selling into this big rip. And so today I was waiting for that to happen again, which it sort of happened. The buyer was here. It looked like it was the same buyer, but he only flipped it up a couple of cents, and I was long. I think I was buying, yeah, I was buying sixes and sevens, and I sold 99s. Um, And then the buyer stepped back in. I'm like, all right, this is time to hit the gas, floor this thing. And I bought I think like 75, 80,000 shares, and that didn't go anywhere. So I had to actually sell the bid. So I gave back a little bit at the close, which is fine. Still a green day, still a decent day. And yeah, so follow me on Chocana Trader on Twitter. Follow um, 7 Points Capital on Twitter. Like and subscribe. Smash the like button for more great content. And I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching.